deep conspiracy theories, strange conspiracy theories, the most wild, most mysterious ones, whatever you want to call it. But this shit is truth. This shit is real life. Well, it's up to you to decide what's true. You know, some people that be putting knowledge, not everything is correct, but this guy be telling some real shit.
Saturday. Anton LaVey's brand of Satanism is like kid stuff. It's entry-level Satanism, so to speak, because it's used primarily to draw people into the darker stuff. But compared to the real serious Satanism, it's totally harmless, relatively speaking. I had realized that the most efficient way, the most powerful way to acquire occult knowledge was, in fact, to become a witch. Now, that might seem a pretty broad jump from being a candidate for the ministry to becoming a witch, but that's what I did. I mean, I had all of these powerful initiations, and I understood all these powerful experiences, and this basically took me over what is called the abyss. Now, that's an occult term. Once you get over the abyss, in occult progress, in ceremonial magic, you transcend good and evil. You become beyond such mundane considerations as good and evil. You're beyond morality, and you become essentially a god living on the earth. You basically look at human beings as if they were cattle. This is a very important symbol in Masonry and in Satanism. It's called a trapezoid. And this is believed by Masons who understand this stuff to be the ideal shape for manifesting demons. Anton LaVey's brand of Satanism, Masons itself brag about the fact that their first Mason was Tubal-Cain. Now, Tubal-Cain, if you know your Bible, was the seventh man from Adam by way of Cain, and he was the guy that invented metalworking. And he is supposedly the first Mason. Now, that's pretty far back to start a conspiracy. Now, of course,
you gotta decode the Bible, heavily coded.
so we all know who Nimrod was. He's the guy that helped build the Tower of Babel. That's pretty good masonry, amen? And he was the person who basically had the idea for a one-world government. He wanted to start a United Nations. If you look in the books, the literature of Masonry, you will find that Masonry says it is the direct linear descendant from the ancient mystery religions, from the ancient fertility cults. Well, the ancient fertility cults were cults that revolved around human and animal reproduction. I'm sorry to be blunt, but that's what they mean. It's Baal worship, essentially. All of them, their rites involve sexuality. And that's the same thing that Masonry is. That's why the god of Masonry is the phallus. That's why you have Masonic monuments like the Washington Monument that look like a giant phallic symbol. It's that simple. So this is the conspiracy. I had to become a Freemason because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. That was my official shrine portrait, which they took as part of my initiation. I was ready to become involved in hardcore Satanism. What did that mean? Well, that meant I had to sell my soul to the devil. I had to sign my name on the contract in blood. I had to sign my name in the black book. You gotta understand something. The satanic doctrine here is that hell is not what we believe it is, or what the Bible teaches it is. The satanic doctrine is that hell is this incredible party. It's like a nonstop, all-eternity orgy. So you're smoking dope, you're fornicating your brains out, you're listening to rock and roll through all eternity. And it's party hardy time. But before I could get onto the priesthood of Satanism, excuse me, I had to get 7 people to sell our souls to the devil. The other thing I had to do, and this might astonish some of you, is I had to become a Catholic priest. I had to go back to my original vocation. Because you cannot be a satanic priest unless, first of all, you're a Catholic priest.
It gets deep. A lot of these religions are connected into this Freemason satanic order, satanic cults, this underground, whatever you want to, the secret societies.
If that surprises you, I just suggest that you go and you read some of the medieval literature. You'll see that that is in fact the case. I had to become a Freemason because you can't get involved in
my investigation of the mystery schools, the secret societies that are bringing all this about, that really control everything behind the scenes, I found that this is all about religion. And it's all about a recurring theme that is penetrated and is at the heart of every religion in the world. They believe that through their technology, man will become God. It's power of reason. Through technology, man will himself become God. They will engineer, just like Hitler wanted to do, the super race who will live forever. And the concept is the same, and the men behind it are the same as Hitler was. As they solidify their control, everyone will be given a choice. They'll be presented with a new world religion. They'll be told to renounce Christ, renounce Buddha, renounce Muhammad, join the New World Order, join the New World Religion. If they refuse, they'll be executed. Very simple. And it won't bother them a bit. In fact, according to their belief, they believe they'll be helping these people. And in reality, they will. Because those people will transcend this physical state while they're prisoned here living forever. I feel sorry for them, because those of us who will eventually die will transcend the pain and the suffering that goes along with this world.
Christianity is basically astrology and sun worship. But what's interesting about this is that the sun goes all the way down south until it hits what is called the winter solstice. And that's on December 22nd, the sun hits the lowest point on the sky in the south on December 22nd. It's called the winter solstice, the beginning of winter. And for 3 days, the United States Navy will show and explain it to you that the sun comes up for 3 days, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, on the same degree. It doesn't go any further south, and it doesn't come back north. So the ancient people said that the sun was alive. He was the lion of the tribe of Judah, Leo. He got the kiss of death from Scorpio, and now he is 3 days, he's not moving at all. So therefore he's in his tomb for 3 days. Then on the 25th of December, the sun moves 1 degree northward. Therefore, it came back to life. So now we celebrate God's Son being born again. He's born again. When? On December 25th. So we celebrate Christmas, or Christ's Mass. But as the sun moves back toward the northern hemisphere, it crosses over the equator at spring. Because he was dead in winter, now he's springing back to life. Christianity is basically...
This is the Roman Empire right now. We are the modern-day Roman Empire. We are Rome. We are the great Egyptian empire of the pharaohs. The Mississippi, according to the secret societies, the Mississippi is referred to as the Nile.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Down
true.
the Nile, you have all the cities on the Nile. Memphis,
Exactly. I was going to say.
and Cairo, all these cities named after Egyptian cities on the Mississippi. Why? It's because America is perceived by the founding fathers as the great restoration or the reborn empire of the Egyptian empire to dominate the globe. And then, of course, once the Roman Catholic Church moved in on us, they saw what was going on, that there's all this bunch of bull about freedom and liberty and justice for all. The Vatican said, no, thank you. You need to remember the Vatican has for over 3,200 years, Rome has dominated Europe under the Roman Empire of the Caesars, and then for the last 1,600 years under the Vatican. Rome, the Holy Father, runs Europe, period. I just feel it's an idea whose time has come to tell the people what's really going on. You've been had. The whole world's been had, because there is no freedom, liberty, or justice anywhere.
I was an FBI agent for 27 and a half years. At the time of my retirement, I was the senior special agent in charge of the FBI Los Angeles Division. I have been qualified in the courts as an expert on cults and satanic ritual abuse. Judges, law enforcement, prosecutors, attorneys, doctors, some many prominent individuals, including actors, actresses, professional football and baseball players, are involved in these type activities.
Among them were John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Baines Johnson, Nelson Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and top entertainment professionals such as my owner, Bob Hope. Then I was prostituted, or they would make some pornography or something. The theme of the pornography filmed by Sylvester Stallone was sex with dolphins. They filmed us over years with all sorts of animals.
If you go back 225 or 30 years ago, you have what we call the Illuminati that was established in 1776. And the goals of the Illuminati, this is all very well documented, are to take over the world. One of the best ways of taking over the world is to control people's minds.
Americans are famous for being infantile. We love to go out and have hamburgers and hot dogs and watch a ball game. And like with the kids. No, you're going out there because you are a kid. You are the kid. This is why at all ball games, always, football and basketball and, I don't care, tennis ball and soccer. I mean, America loves ball games because we're just a bunch of children loving ball games. But in all the ball games, you will always see movie stars. They will zoom in on movie stars who are there at the game, or the president's there, or the senator is there with his wife watching the game. So it's like, oh, the adults are out watching the game with us kids, you know. And they will have the president go out and throw the first ball. Daddy's coming out to play ball with us, you know. I saw through that crap a long time ago. I don't care who's at the ball game. I want to know what these guys are doing at 2:00 in the morning. I want to know what they're doing at 3:00 in the morning in their secret meetings, planning the demise of my country and planning the destruction of human freedom. I want to know who these criminals are. I'm not interested to see them at a ball game. I'm not impressed with their ball games. I'm not impressed with them. And I don't like being played for a fool. And that's all America is doing, is playing everybody for a fool. It's about time we wake up and find out this ball game is over.
We're dealing with mind control, hidden symbols, and hidden codes, hidden knowledge. So for you to decide, stay woke, nigga.